There is a river, it passes by my window. Ooh, late at night, all dolled up.
We bring you a documentary detailing the source and journey of River Nile to the Mediterranean Sea from Uganda, using a case study of the source of Nile at Jinja. The Nile leaves this largest lake of Africa at Rippon Falls near Jinja in Uganda. For 3,000 kilometers, the so-called Victoria Nile flows in northern direction. After the passing of the famous Rippon Falls, the river flows into Lake Albert. From here, the river is known as the Albert Nile and is the last part of the river on Ugandan territory. Via South Sudan, the White Nile enters Sudan. Near the capital Khartoum, the White Nile meets the Blue Nile. This tributary begins at Lake Tana in Ethiopia and flows into Sudan from the southeast. The northern section of the river flows almost entirely through the desert into Egypt. Through a large delta, the Nile ends in the Mediterranean Sea. The mighty waters of the Nile flow at an average volume of 300 million cubic meters per day, passing in the course of a 3-month journey, that's 90 days from the point. The source was discovered by John Huntington Speke in 1862, who was an explorer from Britain. It's now 156 years since it was named as the source of the River Nile in Uganda, the second longest river after Mississippi in the United States of America.
I'm Skoko Timothy, who is the third assistant in charge of records at the source of the Nile, and at the same time working with Kampala International University in the Department of Public Relations and Marketing. John Huntington Speke was an English explorer and an officer, executive official on the English, or what we call the British Indian Army. So he did many surveys, he did many exploration duty in Africa. So we really see that he discovered the source of the Nile after 3 expeditions. He came the first time, he didn't discover it. In fact, the second time, he ended on the Blue Nile. And he discovered that, he went back. So the third time, that's when he got up to know that the source of the Nile is at Lake Victoria. And now, on the several searches, he discovered it, and Lake Victoria was also named after the Queen of the Great Island, who was later succeeded by Elizabeth the Great, who is there up to today. So unfortunately, after the discovery in 1864, our good great explorer John Speke died. He discovered it, it was around on 15th of September in 1862.
It passes by my window. Ooh, late at
right now is the point where, when you look this side, my left hand, this is the point where the Nile water starts from, or where the water of the Nile comes from, the underground from the rocks, as you're seeing. So the 30% of the water comes from underground, as you're seeing. Then the 70% from Lake Victoria joins the Nile. Lake Victoria is the source of the River Nile. So the excess water from Lake Victoria joins the Nile from here, as you're seeing. So here it takes 3 months, about like 90 days, and takes a journey of 4,000 miles, 6,400 kilometers with the Mediterranean Sea. So it passes the four countries, that is Sudan, South Sudan, and then that's Egypt where it ends its journey of 4,000 miles, 6,400 kilometers. Then these rocks here is the marking point of the Nile, or where the Nile separates from the lake. So it's like a 0 mile, 0 point. That monument concrete you are seeing there. So it separates the Nile from the lake. Lake Victoria is shared by the East African countries, that is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So behind it, that's where you can go as far as the airport in Kampala. So Lake Victoria is also the largest freshwater lake in Africa, because it borders Uganda, it borders different three countries, that is Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda.
When you reach at the source of the mighty River Nile, a variety of economic activities rams the whole place. Among the economic activities includes fishing, crafting, water transport, and tourism as the major business at the source, which generates millions of shillings to Uganda's economy.
Yeah, water transport here is favorable for most tourists who come here in Uganda, in Jinja, Uganda, to come and see this point where the Nile water starts its journey to the Mediterranean Sea. In terms of finance, millions of shillings, and maybe say the dollars or pounds, because do get different people always come to Jinja straight from the airport up to here to come and see the actual point of the Nile, where it starts.
This place collects different colors from all parts of the world who come just to have a glance at the source of the second longest river in the world. The monument of Mahatma Gandhi is also among the tourist attraction things at the source. This was placed there by the then Prime Minister of India in 1997. This monument is very important in that it fascinates Indian tourists who come to have a glance at the universal apostle of peace and non-violence fighter whose ashes were immersed in the River Nile in 1948.
Okulambula Source wamu n'ekibumbe kya Mahatma Gandhi era n'abaddugavu bangi nnyo bakirambula nnyo okusingira ddala aba wano mu Uganda. Kale ebiseera ebisinga obungi nti kyo tebakiteeka nnyo ku maapu yansi yonna nti ne ku Source waliyo ekibumbe kya Mahatma Gandhi, kati abasinga obungi bakyekangira wano era ne bafuna appetite eyagala okirambula bakirambula bakyekubizaako n'ebifaananyi batwala information ye.
Chasing after money, thinks a poor man is funny, it's hard.
The place employs over 200 workers, that is crafters, hotel workers, boat riders, tour guides, and the security body.
Abakyala aba craft, tulinawo abakola mu restaurant, tulinawo zi restaurant, tulinawo naffe ba boat captain ne ba guide, tulinawo bootugesamu tuwulira ddala ebikumi bibiri.
When you decide to explore the mighty source of the Nile, it might take you a decade. Indeed, it's astonishing.
My window, ooh, late at night, all dolled up like Christ, I walk the water between the pales, singing, whoa.